When The View invited actress Cheryl Hines for what seemed like a light-hearted interview, nobody, not even the hosts, expected fireworks. But as soon as her husband, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., came up in the conversation, everything changed. What was supposed to be a friendly chat quickly turned into a heated on-air confrontation that has since split public opinion right down the middle. For years, Cheryl Hines has been known as the witty, down-to-earth actress from Curb Your Enthusiasm, someone who made audiences laugh with her sharp timing and relatable humor. But behind the Hollywood spotlight, she's also the wife of one of America's most talked-about political figures, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a man praised by some as a truth-seeking reformer and criticized by others as a conspiracy peddler. And on this day, that dual identity collided on national TV. As soon as the hosts brought up RFK Jr.'s record of serving Americans, the tone in the studio shifted. One of the hosts asked a pointed question: "Do you really believe your husband's record has helped the American people, or has it just divided them even more?" The audience murmured. Cameras zoomed in. And Cheryl took a deep breath. At first, her voice was steady, almost diplomatic. She said she understood people's concerns, that politics was messy, emotional, and full of misinformation. But then her tone sharpened. She looked directly at the host and said, "Robert has dedicated his life to environmental causes, to holding corporations accountable, and to standing up for people who feel unheard. That's not division, that's courage." The crowd erupted in mixed reactions, some clapping, others shaking their heads. Then came the moment that lit social media on fire. Another host leaned in and fired back, "But Cheryl, doesn't spreading misinformation also hurt Americans?" The audience gasped. The tension was thick. For a brief moment, you could hear the silence, even through the cameras. Cheryl paused, collected herself, and responded softly, "I think what hurts Americans most is when people stop listening to each other." And with that, she turned the confrontation into a conversation, at least for a moment. The episode hadn't even finished airing when Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube exploded. Clips of the exchange went viral within minutes. One tweet read, "The View will attack anyone connected to RFK Jr., even his wife." Another replied, "Cheryl handled that better than most politicians ever could." Hashtags like #Cheryl Hines, #TheViewClash, and #RFK Drama began trending nationwide. Comment sections filled with debates about truth, loyalty, and the state of American politics. Some praised her for standing by her husband in a tough spot. Others accused her of trying to Hollywood wash his controversies. But no matter what side people were on, everyone was talking. For those unfamiliar, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., son of the late Senator Robert F. Kennedy, has long been known for his environmental activism. He founded organizations that challenged corporate pollution and advocated for clean water. But over the past few years, his outspoken views on vaccines and government transparency have placed him at the center of controversy. Supporters see him as a brave whistleblower taking on powerful institutions. Critics view him as a voice spreading doubt and misinformation. And Cheryl? She's caught right in the middle of that storm. In previous interviews, Cheryl admitted that navigating her husband's political career hasn't been easy. She said she loves him deeply, but doesn't always agree with everything he says. Still, she stands by his right to question, challenge, and fight for what he believes is best for the country. That complexity, loyalty without blind agreement, is exactly what played out on The View that day. And it's what made the clip go viral. Because, beyond the politics, people saw a wife standing up for her husband while also wrestling with the weight of national judgment. What made this clash resonate wasn't just celebrity drama. It reflected something much bigger, America's ongoing identity crisis. A country where even dinner table conversations turn into ideological wars. Where every opinion is dissected online, every word clipped into memes or outrage threads. And there, in the middle of it all, was Cheryl Hines, a Hollywood actress, defending her husband, but also defending something more personal: dignity. After the episode aired, Cheryl didn't issue a public apology or double down on social media. She simply thanked fans for their messages and said, "We may disagree, but that doesn't mean we have to stop respecting each other." It was a subtle reminder that behind the headlines and hashtags are human beings, imperfect, emotional, and sometimes misunderstood. Whether you agree with her or not, Cheryl Hines' appearance on The View became more than just TV drama. It was a mirror, reflecting a nation that's divided yet still searching for common ground. It showed how one conversation, one question, can reveal so much about who we are and what we're becoming. And in the end, Cheryl didn't just defend her husband. She reminded millions watching that sometimes, the hardest battles aren't fought in politics, but in staying true to the people you love, even when the world is watching. Whether you stand with Cheryl or against her, one thing is clear, this wasn't just a TV clash. It was a story about courage, conviction, and the price of loyalty in a divided America.